Have you ever browsed YouTube or Twitch and noticed that for every game, or almost every game there's a category? Similar to what you can see here for our game Unicycle Pizza Time, there is, if you look up just Unicycle Pizza Time, they will show up as an actual game category. And what then people can do is, if they do a live stream, you can see in here that, hey, they are actually playing Unicycle Pizza Time. This is really good for tracking, hey, who is actually playing my game, what content is being made. Like right now, nobody's live, but I can look at, okay, what are some previous videos, some previous clips, all of that. A similar thing exists on YouTube. It's called topics for your game. So if you look up your game name and then topic, usually the first result is something like this, Unicycle Pizza Time topic. You can then click in on this and you will get, like, you see basically a highlight of what are some recent videos, what are some shorts, what are official ones, and other games from this developer. Now, as you can see, not all of these are also filled in. Like some of them have cover art like Forge Industry and Unicycle Pizza Time, some don't. So in this video, I very quickly just want to explain to you, how do you set all of this up? And this is honestly really easy. It's something you can do in about 10-15 minutes, and then you just have to wait a few days for all of your changes to be approved and they will be live. Let's start with Twitch. I think Twitch is the easiest one. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this site called IGDB. It's like something game database. And you have to log in with your Twitch. This is actually part of like Twitch owned or Amazon owned. And it's just a database of all the games that exist basically. So for example, I can look up Unicycle Pizza Time in here and it will show up as a game. Once again, we can see the cover art. This is the data that Twitch pulls to create those game categories. Any game that is on IGDB is also going to be on Twitch as an optional category that streamers can select. How do you get your game on here? Pretty easy. First off, you have to log in. I'm already logged in, and then you're going to have to do two things if this is the first time. You're going to go up here and then you're going to add a company. Add a company is pretty easy. Add in your name, your cover image, submit some other stuff, and that's it basically. Once again, it takes a few days to get approved. Once that is done, you can go back up here and add a game. And here you will be asked a lot of things. The main ones are your title, your description, things like your release date, for example, what platforms, what teams. Not all of these things have to be filled in, but hey, it's being used by, I don't know what. It can never hurt really to just fill in what is the genre, right? That's at least the thought I have. One important thing here is that you need to include some cover art. The cover art should have a dimension of 600 by 800. This is pretty easy, as you can see here. This is just a simple Photoshop file. We take our Steam vertical capsule image and then we just move things around a little bit and you have your cover art. So you then upload this, you can contribute your age rating, engine, whatever. You don't have to fill all of these things in, but it helps. And then at the end, you just create the game and then you will get something like this where, hey, 2 days ago, I submitted for Overtime Anomaly. And sometimes you may get comments. So for example, in this case, the release date for Overtime Anomaly wasn't public yet, but I had decided already on submitting the release date of March 7th. So they was like, hey, can you give a source for this? I just ended up making the release date public on Steam, March 7th, in case you're interested, and left it at that basically. And now probably in a few days time, that's generally how long it takes, like no longer than a week, this game will be approved by their moderators and it will show up. And from then on, if I were to look up then Overtime Anomaly, right now it's not going to give anything. There is going to be an extra category here. We did something similar for Forge Industry, for example. Any game really that is on IGDB, even though nobody has streamed this in forever basically, it's still on there and it's nice. It's easy for you to track. You can follow a category and you get notified if someone is playing your game. Really easy. You can set this up pretty simple as well, and you can do it whenever you want basically. Now, the second one for YouTube, this is a little bit more tricky. In my experience, you can't force submit a game to YouTube. YouTube will pick this up automatically. There are a few ways they can do this. Either they scrape Wikipedia, but you probably don't have a Wikipedia page, or what I've noticed as well is they just look at Steam. And somehow, at least in like this official category, and you can see this with Overtime Anomaly, they know that we are the developers for it. I'm not entirely certain how they figure it out. I don't want to know the big Google algorithm, but as far as I can tell, about a week, 2 weeks after you have created your original Steam page, and then upload a trailer, for example, you will see that there is an auto-generated topic for your game. But as you can see, it's kind of ugly right now, right? There's nothing on here. This is just placeholder art. This is placeholder art. We want to update it. Well, that's what I did a few days ago. So for this, we're going to need 2 images. We're going to need a general cover image, which is going to be the one that you can see here in the gray area. So if I go back to Unicycle Pizza Time quickly, you can see it's like very small. I think it shows more on like TV, for example, but on desktop it's pretty small. And then once again, we have the box art. These are two image files that you need to have specific resolutions for. Once again, in Photoshop, I opened it up. The main background has a resolution of 2560 by 1440p. So this is just a 1440p image, like 16 by 9. And we submitted this. And then you also need box art. This is 1000 by 1400 pixels in total size. Once again, what I did here is I just took our vertical Steam Capsule image Photoshop file and then transferred that over here to the box art. What you're going to have to do then is write an email. Scary, I know. It's very simple. It's please update the YouTube category for Overtime Anomaly in this case. And in this email, you're going to just include those two files. I named them background and box art. I'm not sure if the file name exactly matters, but based on resolution or whatever, this is a manual process. Some real person is going to have to look at this email, so maybe just to be safe, copy exactly what is written here. That is, I think, the best thing to do. You have those two image files, then you just say like, hey, this is the YouTube channel, so this is the channel of the topic. So in this case, it's going to be for Overtime Anomaly. So you have that link up here, you copy it and you put it in your email just to be safe. And this is a sentence that I've learned you have to include as well in the email. I acknowledge that the materials I'm providing via email constitute provider content or content per the terms of my entity's agreement with YouTube and or Google as applicable. I'm going to put this in the description down below so you can just copy paste it. And then you're going to basically send that to YouTube Gaming Destination at google.com. This is where you have to send it, and then you'll get an automated email of, hey, we have received your email. In about 2 or 3 business days, we are going to set this image live. It can take a little bit longer. I've had up to 5 days, but then that's all you have to do basically. Probably by the time that this video comes out, Overtime Anomaly, if you look up Overtime Anomaly topic, for example, is going to have an actual image. And that's it basically. It's really simple to do this and it's honestly pretty nice. It's a quick W because on YouTube as well you can subscribe to the topic. So anytime someone makes a video about your game, it will show up in your subscription box. And it's always nice to be aware of when your game is being played. For YouTube, it's automated how it like figures out if a game is linked to some like video, for example. I don't know exactly. Sometimes it looks at Steam page, sometimes it looks at description, sometimes it just looks purely at visuals, I think. Once again, I don't know how the AI works exactly, but this way you'll be notified and you can engage maybe, or you can just know that, hey, people are playing my game and this is nice. I hope this was useful. If you're new here, we make videos 2 times every week talking about game development and some things we've learned along the way. This may seem really simple, but I couldn't really find a lot of good documentation on it, and it's something that I've been asked a lot of times, so I figured may as well make a video about it. That's all I really have to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!